Hello students, this is the next lecture of Management Information System. We were discussing about the database management. We discussed what is data, information, advantages and disadvantages of database management. Then we discussed about the database users. Now in this lecture, we will be discussing about the types of database. Now, the types of database has been categorized into the following categories. That is flat file, hierarchical database, relational database, operational database, distributed database, external database, and object-oriented database. We will be discussing them one by one. So first one is the flat file. Flat file means it is related to the records, means a group of related records is called the data files. As we have seen in the previous lecture also that lower level to higher level arrow we saw. So files is simply the group of related records. We started with the character, then field, then record, file, and that database. So groups of related records is data file, or you can say table, because records are in the form of tabular form with rows and columns. When a particular file is independent of any other file, well, means there is no another file or link is not there, that is flat file, means no other file is linked to that particular file. It consists of data and delimiters. Delimiters means the separating things which are separating others, like comma, double comma, like that. So a single file in the form of rows and columns with no relationship or link between records and field, except the table structure. So that I told that only the rows and columns will be there. There will be no link with other records and field. There will be no relations between them. So except the table structure, rest of the things will be independent. Next is the hierarchical one. As the name itself is suggesting that there will be a hierarchy. It resembles a tree-like structure. Each link is nested in order to keep the data in organized or particular order on the same level. For example, हम जब store करते हैं, we make a folder. We folder का name बनाते हैं. Then we make another folder inside it. Suppose you are making BBA first semester. So you inside BBA first semester, you will make another folder for each subject, like for MIS, for rural marketing. This is for 5th semester, but just I'm giving example. Like if you put BBA 5, then rural marketing, then MIS, then another subjects you put there. So inside that subject you are putting, maybe you are making another folder and then you are keeping things. So a hierarchy is there and you are putting things according to that level. Whatever thing content of MIS will be there, you will put that data in MIS folder. So that it will be in an organized way. Now, if we see the example, the hierarchical database of sales may list each day as separate file. Within this nested file, all of the sales for the day are stored. Now you made a sales folder, and then inside that there will be separate file for each day. This you can see, this is the kind of structure. This is the higher level. Inside that you put data about project A. Here you are putting data about the project B, and then you went a step down and you are putting about employee 1, employee 2. So this is a hierarchical kind of structure is there. So this is your hierarchical structure. Now a relational database. Relational database is a collection of having a set of rows and columns, each of which is assigned a unique name. Now, a relation means it will be in the form of rows and columns. Whenever you think of relation means it will be in the form of in tabular form with rows and columns, and each will be uniquely identified. Suppose we made a data of BBA 5th semester. In that, what will happen if we are preparing a data? Each student will be given a unique ID. So whenever we put that particular ID, we will get the data of that individual students. So relation consists of relational schema. Schema word is for the structure of the table. It is a technical term. It is related to database management itself. Then a relational instance. Whenever you talk about instance, means the data. Schema is your structure of that particular table. Instance is whatever data in it. So these are the technical terms that is related to the database management subject itself, because database management is a proper subject. It has a lots of things to study inside. In your subject, it is just an introduction about it. So here in database management, instead of saying row, we will say tuple, and column we understand with attribute or entity, or we have records. So this is all about a relational database. This you can see. See, this is the department number, D name, D log, D manager. Now here department A, department B, department C. This is department table. The name of the table is department table, and this table is employee table. Now you see there is one common column with department number. So here department A, department A. So with this we can match if you want to cross check. So this data will be there. Now operational database, as it is showing the name itself, that it supports the business operations of the organization, and it stores all the data related to the current business transactions. These type of database could be built using Microsoft Access, DBMS, Oracle DBS, DBMS, MySQL DBMS. These are very popular ones. You must have heard about all these. Operational means you just need to store all the basic operations, basic transaction which are going on day-to-day basis. As we have seen the hierarchy of management also, the operational level one is the lowest one, which keep tracks of day-to-day transactions. That is a lower one, and keep tracks of operations which are going on daily basis. So such type of database is taking care of day-to-day operations. Now, distributed database. Distributed means it allows that part of the part of database which can be duplicated or circulated to the network servers, means nodes. Suppose the centralized database is at one place and you can access that particular database from different locations. Now that particular database could be operational in nature or hypermedia in nature. Hypermedia database. Operational, you have studied that you can work on a daily basis, means you keep track of day-to-day operations. Whereas hypermedia means it consists of hyperlinked pages of multimedia in database content. In flat file, we studied that there is no link between the records, but in hypermedia, there will be hyperlinked pages. The branches means the server or the database which are at the different locations, workgroups, they can view and edit only to those database that pertain to their operation. Suppose this one database is at the central location and you are at a remote location. So from that particular location, you can access that particular data which is of your use. Breaking these database into different parts. So what is the main concept of doing this? See, we can, if small works given to you, you will work in a better way. But if a lots of work will be given to you at a time, so that becomes a burden or it becomes very tedious work. So breaking database into part, so faster retrieval will be there, lower storage requirement, as well update operations will be easier. Now, what is the main challenge of this database? The main challenges is that if changes made at one database, suppose there are 5 databases which are accessing the database. So what happens if one database is making any change, it should be updated and it should be reflected to the others locations also. माना कि मैंने कोई भी चीज उसमें एक एम्प्लॉय का डेटा ऐड कर दिया एट अ पर्टिकुलर टाइम, मैंने 11 बजे उसमें रिकॉर्ड किया कि हमारे कंपनी में 50 एम्प्लॉइज हैं, बट मान लो कि इट डिडंट गेट अपलोडेड और गेट रिफ्लेक्टेड इन द अदर डेटाबेस, तो वहां उन्होंने क्या किया कि हमारे पास ओनली 49 एम्प्लॉइज ही हैं, तो उनकी सैलरी निकाल दी। तो इस केस में क्या हुआ कि यहाँ जो डेटाबेस हुआ वो उसका डेटा प्रॉपर रिफ्लेक्ट नहीं हुआ, जिसकी वजह से वो ट्रांजेक्शन गड़बड़ हो गई। ठीक है ना। और रेप्लीकेशन, दूसरी प्रॉब्लम, रेप्लीकेशन मीन्स software companies compare various, यहाँ what replication means, you get the duplicate data. So software companies, what they do compare various interrelated database at different location and check whether any changes have been made in recent past or not. On the basis of that, then the further transactions or actions will be taken. Now, external database means a wealth of information that is widely available for free or payment on the internet, which is available on the internet. That is external database. Object-oriented database means it incorporates all the objects. Objects means the attributes and the methods. Now, attributes means the data that define the object characteristics, and methods means that defines the characteristics of your behavior, or you can say procedures. Okay, this is object oriented database. So this is all about the types of database. Thank you.